Yo, what's going on, guys? Houday all day, back with another video. So today we're going to be doing my playoff predictions. Thank you guys so much for blowing up my last two videos, my mock drafts. Thank you guys so much for blowing up those videos, and thank you for liking and subscribing. And please remember to like and subscribe on this video. So getting right into it, just the AFC teams and the NFC team matchups. Thought it'd be a fun little video to have me predict my playoff predictions, and then we can look back on it later in the season when we get to the Super Bowl or after the Super Bowl and see how many games I got right, how many games I got wrong, if I got all of them wrong, or if I got all of them right. So getting right into it, Ravens versus Titans. We've seen this matchup before a couple times. Once last year in the playoffs, Titans came out on top. Once earlier this year, Titans came out on top again, and there was some bad blood between these teams with like players standing on Baltimore's logo or Baltimore players standing on the Titans logo. I forgot which team was which, but these two teams do have some bad blood. But I am going to take the Ravens. They've been playing pretty good as of late. They have played some pretty bad teams. They did just play the Bengals last week, and they crushed us pretty bad. But I think they've been playing good, and I think this is the year that Lamar finally gets that playoff win, and they knock off the Titans. Going next, Browns versus Steelers. Actually, just breaking news like 20 or 25 minutes ago, Kevin Stefanski, the head coach for the Browns, will not be able to coach this game, which is a big blow for the Browns. So I had the Steelers in this game probably anyway, but now that even the head coach isn't going to be there, it's not going to completely change the game 100%, but that's definitely going to play a factor in the game that the Browns head coach is not going to be able to coach. So I do have the Steelers winning this game. Next, Colts Bills. Not too much to say about this game. The Bills have been on a tear lately. Josh Allen's been playing great. Stephon Diggs has been playing great. That defense has been playing good. So I had the Bills winning this one pretty easily against the Colts. Now moving to the NFC, Buccaneers versus Washington. Buccaneers winning this one. I mean, this is Tom Brady in the playoffs with that receiving core. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. He's the GOAT for a reason. So we're going to go with Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Rams versus Seahawks. Rams are probably going to be without Jared Goff again, which isn't good. The backup didn't look horrible, but we're going to go with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks for that game. At home versus the Rams, their backup quarterback, we're going to go with the Seahawks. Now, Bears Saints. Hopefully the Saints do get Michael Thomas back for their playoff run. Maybe not this week, but probably next week they're to get Michael Thomas back from his ankle injury. Michael Thomas, no Michael Thomas. I have the Saints winning this game pretty easily against the Bears. Now advancing, we have Steelers versus Bills on the AFC side. We did see this matchup earlier in the year, and the Bills did win. And I'm going to go with the Bills again. The Steelers are definitely overrated, but they're not a bad football team. Everyone's like, oh, the Steelers suck. They only played cupcakes. They're still a good team. I mean, they're not as good as what their record says, but they're a playoff team. But like I said, Josh Allen's literally been playing lights out since like the Steelers game. He played very good, and then since that game, he's just been on a tear. So we're gonna stick with the hot Bills at home, and we're gonna take the Bills. Ravens Chiefs. This will be another good matchup. We've seen this in the past too, and the Ravens the Chiefs always seem to get the better of the Ravens, and we're gonna stick with that here. We're taking the Chiefs over the Ravens. Chiefs at home. Like I said, Lamar said earlier, the Chiefs are the Ravens' kryptonite, and they're going to continue to be their kryptonite. I have the Chiefs winning this one. Now moving to the NFC side, this is where it gets interesting because I think both of these matchups are very, very good. Both these games are really, really tough for me. I'm probably taking the Saints, and I know you think about that, but I honestly, which is crazy to say, I don't trust Russell Wilson right now. He's been very inconsistent. I mean, overall as a player, Russell Wilson's great. He's always been a top quarterback in this league year after year after year. He's like a top 5 quarterback. But they've been very inconsistent lately. He's been turning over the ball a lot. The Saints have a very good defense. Like I said, the Saints plan to get Michael Thomas back. Their entire running back core was out last week. So you had Alvin Kamara, that veteran head coach, veteran Drew Brees with a decent defense. I have them getting this one over the Seahawks. So this is going to be a great game. We saw this matchup earlier in the year, and the Buccaneers did win pretty handily. I really don't even know who to go with this pick. I'm going to go with the Packers just because they do have that first round bye, and they're going to be at home. They have home field throughout with the first round bye, so they're going to be able to watch. They're going to have an extra week rest. They're going to be able to watch the Bucs play against Washington. this is going to be a really good game. It's going to be MVP versus, greatest of all time. So I think this is going to be a very, very good game. We saw them earlier, and the Packers were without their best offensive lineman, their left tackle, David Bakhtiari, and that defensive line of the Buccaneers was all over him in that earlier matchup, and they couldn't get anything going. And he's going to be out again. He unfortunately tore his ACL in last week's practice, so they're going to be missing Bakhtiari again, but I think this time it's going to be a little bit different, and I see the Packers squeaking out this win. I think it's going to be a very, very good game. Now moving on to the AFC and the NFC championships. This is where it gets a little dicey because I really like the Bills this year. Of course, the Chiefs are arguably the best team in the league, if not the best team in the league. Won the Super Bowl last year. I feel like they've been in a lot of close games this year. I mean, even just this past week or 2 weeks ago against the Falcons. I don't know. I just feel like they've been in too many close games for my liking. And the Bills have been on a tear. Other than that one Hail Mary they had against Arizona, they've won 10 straight games. They have been on a roll lately. The Chiefs had a tough game against the Chargers earlier in the year. Justin Herbert's first ever start went down to the wire. I know they're a division game. Those games are a little bit different. Same thing with the Raiders. Lost to them once, almost lost to them again. The 8-8 Raiders. They lost to them at home in Chiefs Stadium. You lose to the Raiders. I don't know. The Chiefs have been a little bit weird this year. So this game can completely go either way, but I am going to take the Bills in this game. Like I said, I just think Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, that connection is on another level right now. And of course, you have Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, which is of course always on another level. But I think the Bills defense steps up, and I have the Bills nearly winning this game. And now Saints Packers. Now, this is going to be a very good game too. You have two veteran quarterbacks going at it. Saints definitely have the advantage on the defensive side because the Packers, if you're going to pick out the Packers' weaknesses, it is 100% on their defensive side. And I know people are going to call me crazy, but they were my pick from the very beginning of the year, and I actually have a couple bets on this team to win the Super Bowl. Before the year even started, I have a couple bets with friends and family that the Saints were going to run it. Like I said, the Packers' defense is horrible, especially the run defense. You get Alvin Kamara going, you get Latavius Murray going, you get Taysom Hill wherever he wants to play, you get him going. Like I said, you got Michael Thomas back. That defense is good. I mean, you can say the Packers have a better offense, but I just think the Packers only have a little bit of a better offense, and the Saints have a significantly better defense. And I truly do with the veteran head coach, veteran quarterback. I think they go in there, take care of business, and narrowly beat the Packers. Now next, kind of like I was just saying with the veteran this and the veteran that, you have not inexperienced head coach, only been the head coach for a couple years, so a little bit of an inexperienced head coach for big games, and a young quarterback who hasn't been in too many big games versus a quarterback who's been in a bunch of playoff games, has been to a Super Bowl, and a quarterback and a coach who have been in a bunch of games and a bunch of Super Bowls. And I think this would be a very good game, but I'm sorry, I'm still going with the Saints here. I think the veteran with Drew Brees, and it probably most likely being his last year, kind of like Peyton Manning. It's being his last year. I think that defense is going to razzle him early. Like I said, young quarterback, young coach, experience-wise. I think that defense is going to go in there and rattle Josh Allen, and the Saints are going to come out with the win. So here's the bracket. I know it sounds crazy, and some people see the Saints losing early, and the Saints getting knocked off by the Seahawks. Or I bet on them early in the year. I truly think that they have a chance to run the table. I know it sounds crazy, and the Bills beating the Chiefs, but we're not just going to do some normal, everyone picks, the Chiefs are going to go to the championship again, and it's going to be Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. We're going to mix it up and make it a little bit more interesting, but I can definitely see this happening, and I have the Saints winning the Super Bowl this year. Call it crazy, but that's what I have it being. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Go Bengals, go Buckeyes, peace.